Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I will be walking you through how to integrate your Salesforce to your AWS S3 bucket. I will be including to this video a PDF on a step-by-step approach, so you don't have to watch this video till the end. Please subscribe to my channel and I could send you an email, a copy of this script. Now, the first step to take is click on the search bar and type in bucket, and you will see your bucket in here. Then the next step is we create a bucket. Typically in creating my bucket, I like naming my bucket based off of the name of the object I want to back up. I will be naming this as Salesforce Contact S3. And this is because I am backing up the contact objects in Salesforce. I create a bucket. Next step is we create a flow. In doing that, we come in here and type in AppFlow and click on Amazon AppFlow, create flow, and you enter the name of your flow. The name of your flow could be anything. You could decide to name it production. You could decide to name it sandbox. You could decide to name it just anything because you don't have to create a flow every time you're creating a bucket. Next, the source data means where is the data coming from? It's coming from Salesforce. And what connection? I could create a new connection and just name it anything I'd like to name it. Production test. And I click connect. Because I'm already logged into Salesforce on this tab, I don't have to log back into Salesforce again. It just gives me this screen to allow access. I allow. If I'm not logged in, it's going to request for a username and password. At this point, I need to select what object I would like to back up. And I hit the contact object. And what's the destination? The destination is to the Amazon S3 bucket. Then I choose my bucket, and I'm going to be choosing the bucket we just created a minute back. There are two things to do here. You either run on demand or you run on schedule. Running on demand means that it's just going to run immediately. Running on schedule means that I could set it up to be an hour, 2 hours, 5 minutes, or anything. At this point, I will be running it on demand. Then I choose what fields to map to. I click on map all fields just so I don't have to click on each field in here. I could manually map or I could upload a CSV file. Just in case you already have data loader, you could just upload your file in here. Then I select all 61 fields. Next is choosing validation. In the contact objects in Salesforce, you'd notice that Jake Lork is missing the title. I could include that in my validation stating that if a user is missing title, so I just hit title, and the condition is if it's missing or null, ignore record. Then I click next. I could choose to add filters or not. In this session, I will not be adding filters. It's only going to transfer the record to the filter that I add, but I don't need to. I click next, and then I take a look at everything. Everything looks good. I click create flow. As soon as the flow is created, I hit run flow at the top right, and it's running. Now, as soon as this is completed, I'm going to have a URL. I could choose to download, upload, or do anything I want to do with that data. A lot of times when I get this at my job, all I do is I could go into production and delete that data. If it's a situation on we wanting to archive data, you delete it, and I'm able to use Apex to call it back into Salesforce when I want. Then when I come in here, I could choose an action. If I want to upload this, as soon as this is complete, the download box will be checked. So now I can download this file, and it's going to be a JSON file. When you get this in JSON, the next step you take is to convert it from JSON to anything you. Upon downloading this file, you could choose to copy it as it's in JSON format and paste it to your Excel document, and you're good to go. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.